You've got to come in and check out the items in this store, Res Ipsa. It's on Wall Street. Joining me now, we have the owners. We have Odini, we have Josh, and we're going to learn a little bit about the story behind these products. Now, understand that you two guys are lawyers, and now you've got, what, 7 stores around the nation?
That's right. That's right. And so this is we joke, we call it our exit strategy. Even though we're still lawyers, we still do a little bit of law, but this is what we love.
We have 3 in California right now. We have one. Our first one is in Culver City. Then we have another store in Malibu, California, and then we have our third, the most recent store in Larchmont Village.
And then Aspen, you got that store as
We have
well.
the Aspen store, we have a clothing store, and then we have a home store concept, which is our first home store concept.
Okay,
So,
and then Nantucket as well.
Nantucket.
That was our very first store.
Oh,
It's like a flagship. That's where we started.
Okay, about how long ago?
This was in 2017.
Okay. Now the title.
Yes.
Tell us about the name of the store.
Res Ipsa. Res Ipsa Loquitur comes from a legal term, which means the thin speaks for itself. And as you can see, our products speaks for themselves, and it doesn't really need much of an introduction.
And the idea is that we make new stuff out of old stuff, and it's just one of a kind, unique pieces.
Like Josh said, it's an exit strategy from being lawyers.
Well, and you know what? They are such conversation pieces, and for good reason, because you are using such interesting materials. But tell us about the different materials that are just used in just 4 of these styles. You have many, many styles to choose from, too.
So we kind of graduated during our travel, seeing materials that are made from rugs when we were in Turkey. And like the shoes, this particular one is made from kilim, which is a Turkish rug. They're woven. And so we take the ones that are between 50 and 100 years old, because that's about when they start to fray. And we make those from old coffee bags. And these are old Levi's jeans that we've upcycled. And we use old quilts and old African fabrics that we find, and we make beautiful jeans out of them.
Yeah, and just fun clothing as well, and conversational pieces also. I love this jacket. This is just a fun little piece that you can have, and then also just some new things that you're doing with your rugby shirts.
These are all one of a kind as well, so they're made from end runs of other productions. So each one ends up being one of a kind because they're all made from what's called dead stock, which is fabric that's new but it's no longer in production.
And this Letterman's jacket is so fun, kind of retro with the different letters on here. And what's old is new again.
We're inspired by travel, so we love the idea of durable things that are useful, we can travel with. This is a vintage velvet fabric, again, dead stock, so it's a new fabric that's just it's no longer in production, and you get what you get, and it becomes a one-of-a-kind piece.
Yeah, definitely one of a kind. And then some of these too, just a fun little clutch. And it has such an international look as well. I can imagine that your clientele that spans the gamut from people that are just looking for something very unique, something that reminds them of home, something you can't find really anywhere else.
Yeah, so that bag is also made from an old rug called busherettes, and busherettes are made from wool that are just made from old wool, so it's a recycle of a recycled product basically.
Okay,
so
all right.
Yeah, and like you said, our customers like to find things that are unique in our store, and literally they're one of a kind. No two are the same.
What do you love best about doing this as a job?
I think it's the process of seeing raw materials, seeing a pile of old rugs, and then seeing them turn into shoes or things like that. So it's that kind of transformation process I think is really rewarding.
Very, very much so. It's like seeing from where we have an idea, we're working on new products for the fall and the winter and the spring, and creating it, and seeing it on someone at the end. Like we run into people, we've just been traveling, every single place we went, we ran into someone wearing our stuff, recognizing the shoes from all over. And it happens in Paris, it happens in Los Angeles, it happens everywhere we go. So just that people responding to it, it makes us feel really good.
Okay, perfect. Stop by and here's the story and get something unique.